on an all-new Dr. Phil. Parents gone wild.
She's 16! You sick.
You had a guy in the closet at 2:30 in the morning.
And viral.
You better back the off.
I didn't know enough about Snapchat to know that anything you put on it could be screen recorded and sent out.
Have you forgiven her for this?
Then.
You're never going to be able to work in elementary ever again when I'm done with you. Those are my children!
What got you so upset that you started live streaming?
I was really mad.
The school, when they saw this, went on lockdown.
Oh.
And guess what?
It gets worse. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Thank you. Well, you know, every day, millions of people push record on their phones, and they upload and post live stream just like I am right now, okay? Now, usually only friends and family see your post, but sometimes they go viral. Well, that's exactly what happened to my guest today. Last week, my staff came across a few videos that combined have over 100 million views. Now, this first video was recorded by a mom who live streamed after she had a run-in with her children's school. Now, she thought she was just venting to her Facebook friends, but within days, it had over 1 million views. Now, there's a lot of bleeping in here. You can fill in the blanks. There were some bombs being thrown. Take a look.
Guess what, Amy? You're never going to be able to work in elementary ever again when I'm done with you. A principal to kids. I just broke my bracelet. That's how angry I am.
Okay, it gets worse. When we saw this video, we immediately started looking for the young mother to make sure she was okay. After a week of searching, we finally tracked her down. We're going to meet her and find out what triggered that emotional outburst later in the show. But first, have you ever felt like you were at the end of your rope with your teenager and their friends? Well, Karen says she was so fed up when she went on her daughter's Snapchat and sent a message. She just wanted to make it loud and clear. Take a look at this one.
I'm over your little bad trying to be adults when you're only 16 years old. I mean, you all are the dumbest bitches I've ever met in my whole life. So unless each of you want me to come after y'all and go to your parents and tell them that y'all are doing, you better back the off.
Karen says when she uploaded that video, she thought it was only being sent to 50 of Emma's friends. Not 10 million people all over the world. Now, today we're going behind these viral videos. What pushed these moms to their limit? Karen says her vitriolic viral moment was a year in the making.
My 17-year-old daughter, Emma, started hanging out with the wrong group of friends, partying, drinking alcohol, and began using marijuana. Emma's grades had started to slip. She would lie to me about simple things, about where she was going, who she was going with. Emma was very defiant. She was talking back to me all the time. In February of 2018, I found out Emma was sexually active. Emma did not have a regular boyfriend, so it was very hard to hear. So I decided that we would rent a pregnancy suit. We went out to the mall. Emma was mortified. It was to try and teach her that with actions come consequences. By last fall, Emma's behavior was completely out of control. I was at my wit's end. I had given her a home drug test because I had heard that she had tried marijuana. Emma tested positive. I removed her phone from her and told her she was grounded for 30 days. My daughter's boyfriend was 17. I later found out that he was 20. I told Emma she could no longer speak with him or date him at all. 3 days before Emma's grounding was over, I woke up in the middle of the night, knocked on her door, and she said, "What?" And she sounded way too awake to be able to be half asleep in the middle of the night. So I said, "Let me in." And then I walked over to the closet, and when I opened it, I was startled to see Emma's boyfriend. I said, "Get out out of my house right now. He ran out the door. I was pissed. I found the burner phone. As I started reading the messages, it seemed that he had been sneaking in for about 2 weeks. And then I lost my and what I did next was outrageous.
Well, it certainly was outrageous. Listen to this.
Everybody that's on Emma's new Snap and covering for her, guess what? At 2:30 this morning, I found in her closet. So unless each of you want me to come after y'all and go to your parents and tell them that y'all are doing, you better back the off. My kid's not going down. She's not going to be found dead in a ditch. She's not going to be on drugs like half of y'all are. I'm over it. I'm over your little bad trying to be adults when you're only 16 years old. And the 20-year-old who's my kid. She's 16! You sick. That's a felony charge. We're going to save our kid's life while all you other dumb keep on making bad decisions and end up dead in ditches. Yeah, I'm going all ham on this because I'm over it. Everybody that's covered for her and him, anybody that's had any knowledge that isn't texting my phone right now and telling me about it, you all better look out. I mean, you all are the dumbest bitches I've ever met in my whole life. I don't understand. You all think you're blind with gold and you can just go out and do whatever you want to do? You're crazy. I'm done with your. Your parents can do whatever and let you all keep on being bad, but that's not where my kid's gonna be.
Okay, so you were irritable.
Yes, Dr. Phil, I was a little irritable that day.
So you just put everybody on blast.
I did.
We took the names out. You went through each one and said, I'm coming after you. I'm going to your parents. You better call them right now because I'm getting ready to dial. You better do this. You better do this. You called them out by name and you said, I'll come to school, get in the hall. I'll call you out at school, each one of you individually by name.
Yes, sir.
And that was because you felt betrayed because they had told you what?
What had happened was she was hanging out with these girls. In order for them to hang out with her again, they had called me, like one of them called me on the phone and said, you know, we made a bad decision. We won't do that anymore. I will, let you know if she starts making bad decisions, things like that. So other girl wanted so badly to hang out with Emma again that she FaceTimed me and told me she was sorry. She wouldn't let Emma, and I was like, I just need you guys to hold each other accountable. I think it's very important as young ladies to hold each other accountable.
You had talked to them on the phone or on FaceTime, made eye contact, and they said, we will tell you.
Yes.
And then when they didn't, you were upset about it.
Yes.
Now, you had tried grounding your daughter, right?
That's correct.
Didn't work.
Nope.
And you ratcheted it up. You took the door off her room.
Yes, sir.
Was this after you found
Yes,
the
sir.
guy in the closet at 2:30 in the morning?
That's correct.
What made you think of that?
Well, I watch a lot of your shows, and you said one time, if you remove everything from a child's room, including their mirror, because they can entertain themselves for hours in front of the mirror, and I've just stuck with it, so.
Well, what you're referring to is what I call commando parenting. I say if they're behaving in an abusive way, then you break it back down to the fundamental core. A roof over their head, provide them with food and safety. So they need a bed with a sheet and a blanket and a pillow, if you're of a mind, and to be loved and kept safe by their parents. All the rest of those things are to be earned.
Correct.
And you felt like if I can't let her close her door without her bringing somebody in the window and find them hiding in the closet, then she just can't have a door. To me, that makes complete sense. And did she sneak anybody in there after you took the door off?
No.
All right, well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to meet Karen's daughter, Emma. She says not only did her mother embarrass and shame her, she says now she's capitalizing on her humiliation and is even arranging meetups to see her fans, that she has fans now. So we're going to meet Emma next and see what she has to say.
I think I was doing what every teenager does, drinking and trying new stuff. I still think the video was definitely unnecessary.
You better back off.
I was really mad at her. I was like, all my friends are gonna hate me.
Tomorrow, desperate for social media stardom.
Getting my Instagram account deleted was similar to somebody murdering me.
Now,
You made $500,000 and you're on food stamps. So we're paying for those.
the Insta-famous are facing off.
Someone needs to snatch this Party City wig. My wigs are $2,000. It looks like a Party City wig.
I'm through listening. I want to start talking.
That's tomorrow. Then on Friday, a Brittany love triangle that's tearing the family apart.
He has nicknamed both Britneys in his life B1 and B2. You can't make this up.
New Dr. Phil. That's Friday.
Oh, hi, it's me again. You're not allowed to be around my kid because you're bad, and I've already had a run-in with you because I'm over it. I've seen where you've been texting her on her burner phone that her 20-year-old boyfriend, man, so whatever you want to call him, that was at my house at 2:30 in the morning, that fixing to end today, too. Hi. You also keep on putting my kid in really bad positions, so I'm coming for you, too. If I have to go to school and call you out name by name, I will. Okay? Because y'all have taken her down long enough. And I'm not saying it's only your fault. Oh, no. Emma's responsible for her own decisions. But all you that let her add you on a new Snapchat and didn't come to me and tell me, yeah, I got your numbers. And you're next on my list of parents to call. So I'm over it.
Well, that was Karen, who I don't think it's too much to say went ballistic on her daughter Emma's Snapchat after finding her phone, that she had a second phone when hers had been taken away, and she found her boyfriend in her closet at 2:30 in the morning. And she found out that he wasn't 16 or 17, he in fact was 20. Now, Emma says she knew her mother was strict, she thought her mother was overbearing, but never imagined that she would humiliate her the way she did. Take a look.
I got in trouble last year because my mom found my boyfriend in my closet at 2 in the morning. I think I was just doing what every teenager does, drinking and trying new stuff. I was not very wild. I was just like a normal teenager. My mom is very strict. If I want to hang out with a boy, she has to know the boy before I can hang out with him. And I'm not supposed to drink, I'm not supposed to do drugs, and not date anyone like super old. She found out I was sexually active and then made me wear a pregnancy suit. It was like you were like 9 months pregnant. It added like 40 pounds and you had like the boobs and everything. It wasn't fun at all. One night, my boyfriend wanted to come over after work, and so I snuck him in while my mom was sleeping. When she woke up, I just heard like her knocking on the door, and my first reaction was like, go to the closet. At that point, I was freaking out. I was like, okay, I'm dead. Little did I know she would post a video on Snapchat. I didn't think she would do that.
At 2:30 this morning, I found in her closet. So unless each of you want me to come after y'all and go to your parents and tell them that y'all are doing, you better back the off.
I was really mad at her. I asked her why she did it, and then she told me, maybe it'll teach you a lesson. And I was like, okay. I was more angry that she called out all my friends than telling everyone the whole story of what happened. I was like, all my friends are gonna hate me. I was so mad at her for months, and then eventually I was just like, it's not even worth being mad anymore. Especially, it's not worth the relationship with my mom. But I still think the video was definitely unnecessary.
Well, how did you find out that your mom sent that video?
She showed it to me.
And when your friends saw that, what did they say to you?
I didn't go back to school for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And then everyone was just like talking about me behind my back. Some of my friends were supportive. Some of them were really mad at me. And I was like, I can't control my mom. Like.
And those that were talking behind your back, I assume you eventually heard what they were saying. What were they saying?
Just like, I can't believe her mom would do that to us. And she's such a bad friend for snitching on us. But I didn't even snitch on them. Like, my mom just found out. It's not, she finds out everything, obviously.
And how did you feel about it? Once you knew what you saw the whole thing, and you saw her with her hair on fire, screaming into the camera, what was your feeling about it?
I was super embarrassed and like angry at everything that was going on. I was mad at myself as well for doing that, being dumb.
I mean, you had a guy in your closet at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get that knock on the door, what do you think's going to happen next?
I don't know what I was expecting, but not that.
Yeah, but you just didn't think you were going to get caught.
No.
I made a graphic of some of the comments on Karen's viral video because there were plenty. That mom is psycho. What a blank. When she turns 18, she needs to run and never look back. She's crazy. Those kids aren't yours. You raised Emma and you failed. You just don't want to admit it. I would run away from this mother. Menopausal, nasty person. She is bat-ass crazy. But there were positives.
Yes.
As well. Emma is lucky to have you. I'm with you, Mom. I respect her as a mom. This is what good parenting looks like. You go, Mom. Don't ever mess with a mama bear. Preach on. I love it. A parent who cares. Would you do it again?
I didn't know enough about Snapchat to know that anything you put on it could be screen recorded and sent out.
Have you forgiven her for this? Would you do it again?
No.
Why?
I felt like the video, you know, it was just something that happened in the heat of the moment. I really never thought I didn't know enough about Snapchat to know that anything you put on it could be screen recorded and sent out. We asked the person to take it down. They said they would, and they didn't. And just for her sake and for my own, I would not have chosen to do it again.
I'm really surprised that I'm having to say this to an adult, but let me say it to you anyway. Mm-hmm. When you put something on your computer screen and your phone and you hit send, you lose all control.
I get it.
It's out there forever.
And that's my warning for other parents, is that I had no idea that it was not gone in 10 seconds like Snapchat stories usually are. So
They're gone in 24 hours.
Well, you say that you hate that your... Yeah, you say that you hate that your mom is trying to make meet and greets with fans.
Sorry. It's just really funny to me.
I'm glad. You and your mom have actually kind of discussed this and worked through it, and you actually would say that you have more open communication now than you did before.
Definitely.
Have you forgiven her for this?
I haven't. It's hard to forgive for that, but I guess. I mean, yeah.
Well, you're not mad about it every day.
No, I'm not mad about it every day.
Do you think it was a mistake?
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you why I think it was a mistake. Your feelings, totally get, 100%. The problem is when you shame a child publicly, and she is a child, she's a teenager, but soon to be an adult, there is nothing that cuts deeper into a child's psyche than being shamed. And being shamed publicly is a really big deal. You can shame them at home and it's bad enough, but if you do it publicly, it has a residue, it has a lasting effect. And the good news is, I mean, maybe 1 million people have seen this, or I don't know what the head count is, doesn't matter to me. The truth is, out of that 1 million, you only know about 50. The problem is your immediate area and your peer group and your teachers and parents and friends, right? That's where the sting is. But you wouldn't do this again.
No.
And you didn't call the parents.
No. Well, I ended up speaking with them at a later time, with one of them at a later time.
Yeah, and that's, I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is going public like that and naming names of minors and all that. That creates a problem.
Oh, I understand.
Okay. And who are these fans? What do you...
So overnight, I had 20,000 people on my Twitter. I had just started a Twitter to keep up with things 2 months prior to this event happening. And overnight, I had 20,000 people who started following me and started writing me letters, teenagers and parents both, asking for advice. I now answer those letters anywhere from 1 to 4 hours a day of my day is spent answering letters to them, talking to them, And that's how it's continued to grow.
And you're thinking about meeting up with some of them?
I have met up with some of them.
Let me be real clear here. What you know about these people is that they have a computer or mobile phone.
Correct.
That's all you know about them. Just because you didn't know how this other stuff worked, I want to put you on alert. You don't know. The only thing you know about the person on the other end is they've got some device they can type on. That's all you know about them.
Correct.
All right, next. One young mother's viral meltdown received over 2 million views and had people all over the world concerned for her and for her children's well-being. So what pushed her to the brink? We're going to talk about that, and you guys are going to stay with us in the audience so we can keep talking about this. We'll be right back.
Those are my children! You're done in education! Done! Suing you big for serving this to me!
Well, we came across Cassie's video. We made it our mission to find the mother of 2, and we reached out to her. Here's just a small snippet from the 7.5-minute rant that had us worried about her and her children.
I went back after I found the no trespassing order that I got from the school. You want to hear something? I'm suing the school. I'm suing the school. I'm shutting that whole entire school. You're never going to be able to work in elementary ever again when I'm done with you. Want to say that you're a principal to kids? I just broke my bracelet. That's how angry I am. Those are my children! Begged me to watch her play! Begged! That is the best interest of the child, to let me watch her play because she begged. Yeah, I am a little bit crazy. It's my babies, you piece of Who the do you think you are? You're done in education. Done! Suing you big for serving this to me.
It's a little shocking to see that played back.
Yeah, that's the reason I stopped it, because you've watched this up to the point where you broke your bracelet.
Yeah, basically.
But you've not seen it beyond there.
No.
What's your reaction?
I was really mad. I was really mad.
What got you so upset that you started live streaming, and who was your intended audience?
Well, my intended audience was my friends. I was served a no trespassing order from my kids' school.
Right.
And that was the reason why I was so mad, is because I could not go to see my kids at their school anymore.
You were addressing the school and school officials.
Just kind of venting.
Directly to them.
It was just more or less like my reaction to what happened. I just went live.
Let's pick up where you're reading this, what you were served.
Sure.
Let's take a look.
In front of my son! He was panicking because there was a sheriff there! You better take a step back, because I'm taking you down big!
That was directed at the person that ran the school.
Yep.
And you were very frustrated with that person.
Yep, the elementary principal.
Yeah. I thought I'd just break this out, because you've seen the energy that you had, but here are some of the things that you said. You're never going to be able to work in elementary education ever again when I'm bleeping done with you. I'm suing the bleeping bleep out of bleeping you. Suing you bleeping big for bleeping serving this to me in front of my bleeping son. You bleeping bleep bitch bleeping psychopathic principal. I didn't make this agreement with you, you bleeping bitch. You bleeping psycho bitch, bleep you. Those are my children. Oh, excuse me, you bleeping bitch. Bleeping busted again, aren't you? A couple things. You might want to work on your vocabulary.
A little bit.
Because you're kind of defaulting to a small vocabulary. But looking back at your behavior and conduct.
I could have probably behaved a little bit better.
A little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, not swear quite as much.
How did that end, by the way? This went on for 7.5 minutes, and then you signed off.
Yep, and then I just went home.
So you did this, and then...
I went to the coffee shop, I'm pretty sure, after that.
Drove home, picked up a latte, just went on about your business.
Yep.
They called the police when they saw this, and the school went on lockdown.
Oh.
Because they were scared, based on what they saw, that you might come back and do something violent or erratic.
Oh, I had no idea.
This is a police report. Cassandra, source of activity background. Principal stated trying to send Cassandra a no trespass order. Officer's observation and investigation. Went to school cafeteria at approximately 11:40 and found Cassandra kneeling next to a table with children. Explained, had a no trespass order, so Cassie needs to leave the premises. Chief Deputy trying to direct Cassie to the parking lot from the hallway by having his hands on her tricep area. Cassie started shouting and swearing inside the school.
In the hallway.
Which is inside the school.
Yeah, away from the children.
Right. Walking to her vehicle, waving arms and shouting so loud it sounded like screams. That's outside now. School, going into a mild lockdown. You shook some people up.
Yeah, I did. Apparently I did not know that.
Okay, next, Cassie's live streaming didn't stop here. She actually led the police on a chase through South Dakota and recorded that pursuit, which you'll see when we come back.
This is not a real police officer behind me. It is a fake one. I'm not getting kidnapped or human trafficked or murdered. Oh no, you guys, I'm gonna die. They're gonna kill me. Let's look at this no trespassing order. Why do I? I didn't make the agreement with you when I called the school. Who the do you think you are, County Public School? Yeah, I am a little bit crazy. It's my babies, you piece of.
Well, Cassie believes that her emotional live streams could be therapeutic for other people. In fact, 3 weeks after her school rant, she was in South Dakota live streaming again, but this time she was the subject of a police chase. It wasn't until they laid down spike strips that the pursuit ended. Take a look.
I am not stopping for this fake cop. I'm at mile marker 348. This is not a real police officer behind me. It is a fake one. I'm not getting kidnapped or human trafficked or murdered. Oh no, you guys, I'm gonna die. They're gonna kill me. I literally just thought I was gonna be kidnapped. I didn't mean to frighten you guys or scare you guys. I'm literally just freaking out in my car. Like, please do not shoot me. Please don't kill me, please. I literally am really, really sorry.
Well, for somebody that was behaving in a pretty irrational fashion, your behavior when you got stopped and what you were saying was pretty intelligent and rational for somebody that had just been irrational, because that was probably the most dangerous 5 minutes of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Cassie's mom, Lori, is joining us. She says Cassie had blocked her on all social media when her video went viral. So, Lori, how'd you learn about this?
Family, friends, I've got to see it. They sent it to me.
She says she was just angry and venting. That's not what I saw. What I saw was someone that had a problem with dysregulated emotions and didn't have the ability to pump the brake and edit what she was saying, and in fact was pretty manic.
Yes.
What did you think when you saw it?
Manic, anger, distorted thoughts.
Have you been diagnosed with any type of disorder that includes manic phases?
Yep, I've been diagnosed with bipolar.
Okay. Where were you in terms of your medication at that point?
I wasn't on any medication at that point.
Why?
I took myself off my medication in 2017.
Why?
I was really lethargic and because of weight gain.
Look, I'm not a big medication fan, but there are certain disorders where you actually need biochemical replacement. I mean, your brain, for some reason or another, is not manufacturing enough of one chemical or one neurotransmitter, or it's not metabolizing things in a certain way, and so it needs a boost in that regard. And all the talking therapy in the world isn't going to help that. And so in that situation, medication can be very helpful. How do you feel about seeing yourself off medication?
It's kind of intense. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's a little bit humiliating to see myself behave like that, especially knowing that a school went on lockdown because of me.
What is your custody situation now?
I just got to see my kids over my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm. And how much time have you been able to see them in the last 6 months?
Only a few times.
And why is that?
Due to my mental health.
Are you back on medication now?
Yes, I am.
For how long?
I've been on medication since May.
There is a formula for getting those children back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just go over a few of them. Number one, provide a safe, stable, and secure environment for your children. And you couldn't demonstrate that in the past when you were getting manic like that. So you're violating number one. Two, maintain loving, stable, consistent, nurturing relationship with the child. Stable, consistent. You can't do that. Number three, you have to attend to the daily needs of the child: feeding, clothing, physical care. Attend to the adequate education for the child. Provide for the financial support of the child. At that point, you can go to the court, you can demonstrate, I've been regulated on medication for this period of time. I can meet all of these criteria, but you need to demonstrate this across a period of time. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay, all right. Next, what to do when your toddler won't eat? Well, this may be what not to do. It's a controversial parenting technique that's gone viral. We'll talk about that when we come back.
No, I have a 2-year-old toddler named TJ, and he is the worst when it comes to eating.
My next guest is a mother of 5, but says her youngest, 2-year-old TJ, has been the most difficult of them all. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Yvette. I have a 2-year-old toddler named TJ, and he is the worst when it comes to eating. He will throw the food on the floor. He mashes it all up. He puts his juice in the food, and it is crazy. All he wants is snacks and candy and popsicles. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care about threats. He doesn't care about not getting his snacks. He doesn't care.
If you're a parent, then you've probably experienced Yvette's pain. She says she was so frustrated that she decided to try something, well, something radical.
Yeah.
What's she doing? No. Say no. No.
It does work. It works.
Well, Yvette, so he's a pretty good eater now.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He is not.
It just
Still.
worked for the moment?
Just that one time, yes, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could continue doing that, but
Yeah.
I don't think it would be good for his psyche.
Why do you think if you did this repeatedly, it might damage his psyche?
Because it would probably teach them, like, oh, it's okay to hit to get what you want. And that wasn't my goal here. The goal was just, like, to see if he would actually eat.
Well, here were some of the negative comments that you got. You horrible bleeping people. You are disgusting, provoking fear and anxiety, promoting violence. You should lose your bleeping children. But you got a lot of positive comments.
Yeah.
And very effective, LOL. I am laughing so hard. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Smartest thing ever. That is so amazing. I'm trying this tonight. That is gold. I'll try that. Laugh out loud. I gotta say, not a good idea. When you role model kind of unbridled violence like that against something that they own even, they can mimic that if you show that a lot. But you were doing it kind of as a joke, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but when he took the bite, then you really laughed, right?
Oh, I was cracking up.
Listen, I 100% don't think you should just go homicidal on a stuffed toy in front of a child. Bad idea. This was a one-time thing. You also laughed about it in front of him, so he knew we're not like killing everything we can find.
Right.
Everybody calm down. Next, a man who said he was so disturbed by Yvette's parenting that he decided to make his own video. We'll look at it when we come back. Yvette says she got all kinds of feedback on the internet after this, criticism from people about her video. Chris is one of those people that said, not a good idea. He says he was disturbed after watching videos of parents punching a stuffed animal to convince their children to eat. So he decided to make one of his own. Let's see what he made.
You want to try this? Please?
No.
Watch this. Penguin wants some. Ooh, Penguin likes it. You want to try? Good boy. Wow, good job. Good boy.
Chris is joining us on Polycom. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
You say you've received some comments on your parenting technique, saying that you're soft but really effective, and that you've received some praise from psychologists who've applauded your method. And let me join in and applaud your method as well. I think it's great.
Thank you.
So what made you decide to do the video, which I'm glad you made?
Oh, thank you. Well, I was seeing a lot of attention these videos are getting, and it was a lot of, this is hilarious, this is great, and it has the illusion of being effective. And a lot of people are saying they wanted to try it. And so I figured I'd make this to show people a more healthier approach rather than just going and trying this thing they saw.
Yeah. Is that the little one that you got to eat there?
Yeah. Come here, bub.
Yeah, pick him up. Put him on TV. There he goes.
Say hi.
So what's his name?
Warren.
Warren. Well, hello, Warren. He's a cute little guy. And I do endorse that for a number of reasons. Number one, it's very positive role modeling. It's using something that the child values and treating it the way that the child would want to be treated. It's something that the child can replicate and be okay. Everything good.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, my guests today all went viral for things they posted, live streamed, and uploaded. Well, they're not the only ones. You just never know what people are going to be interested in. Shaving my mustache. Oh, that was April Fool's. Actually, it's been shaved one time since I've known you, right?
Right. I asked you to shave it when we first started dating. Then I said, grow it back.
Yeah. So, and I don't think I look like Kid Rock at all, although I'm a huge fan of Kid Rock's. Anyway, things do get out there and they do spread, so think about what you put up before you put it up. I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's show, you can log on to drphil.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks, and my true crime podcast, Mystery and Murder, Analysis by Dr. Phil. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.